that conference reportedly will vote later today on a proposal that would see the MAC begin its college football season on October 24th. At the Ticket Update Desk, I'm Tony Ortiz. For more, stay tuned to 97.1 The Ticket and radio.com.
Congratulations, everyone. You've made it to Friday. It is your morning show. John Jansen in this morning. Heather the Gov, Greg Hargrave. We got our picks coming up at 6:35. Everybody ready for the weekend? What's up, peoples?
Oh, I can't wait. I am excited. I'm fired up. And it's Tony, I was telling you before we got on air, my daughter's got her first tennis tournament this weekend. And you pointed out, normally I wouldn't be able to go because we play college football. So I have that advantage. And I was talking to her last night about, just the mentality of getting on the court. And I started to get into, football John, pre-game speech John, and I was telling her, hey, when you're out there, it's one-on-one. It is a matchup. You have to, when you serve, how you serve tells your opponent your attitude, what you're doing. And as soon as you're done serving, you attack the net. I did that, and my wife played college tennis at Illinois. She takes me back in the room and she says, she can't actually go over the net and attack someone. I said, what's wrong with that? What, you get maybe a penalty? You got to set the tone.
So, man, this isn't a high school match. This is like USTA tournament, right?
Yes, the USTA tournament will be in Lansing.
So, what's interesting about those, from people who told me that their kids have done it, years and years ago, I know people actually played in those type of events. Just what you have to tell her is don't get upset if your opponent makes bad calls. There's no officials. Maybe it's not till the final, so it's basically an honor system. And I've just heard horror stories. Sometimes they cheat, sometimes they don't. Their eyesight's not very good.
You know what? The conversation you just had, again, my wife had with me because she used to do the USTA tournaments, and she's told her, hey, you gotta be assertive. Make sure that if it's out, you call it out. If it's in, and fight for your right. And my wife pulled me aside again and said, there's going to be a call that doesn't go her way, and this is tennis. This is not the big house. You can't yell at the players. So there's not much concern about my daughter. I think there's a lot of concern about how Dad's going to handle things tomorrow.
For sure.
I can't wait to see the news. Former Michigan star John Jansen got in a fight with the father of Brooklyn Smith, a freshman from Okemos High School.
Yeah.
Over a disputed line call. All I know is we got the first home high school football game tonight.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
Right.
that's right.
That's awesome.
Lakers taking on Southfield A&T.
Give us the breakdown. What's the line on that game?
I would think West Bloomfield's probably favored by at least a touchdown. Southfield A&T is good. They almost beat Clarkston last week. Among their players, touchdown Lakers. It's hopefully Donovan Edwards and Helen Tatum and the fellas, coached by your boy Ron Bellamy.
We'll have to ask Nick Costas about that. I bet he seems to have the inside knowledge on about anything, and I'm sure he'll have enough time to get to it.
That's right, yes. Our football odds maker was with us at 7:35. His best bets have been 2 in a row. He had Arizona against San Francisco, and he had Tampa Bay last week.
Yeah.
That was kind of hairy there for a while, but they prevailed. Speaking of prevailing, the Los Angeles Lakers last night, already mentioned, they take a 3-1 lead in the series. Anthony Davis, 34. It looked like he was kind of hurt, but he was okay. LeBron, 26, 9 and 8. Jamal Murray, 32. But Jamal Murray was just incredible. He made one center, 450 feet. I just have to turn it off, switch to commercials of the football game. We'll get to it in a second. Oh my, that's 3 home runs his last 2 games. They were talking about, well, now, you know, getting the body through and all. You need some time. Come on. You know, you got 4 games left. Now you're hitting hours showing up. But it's nice to see. And Willie Castro continues his hot hitting with the home run. And, of course, Thursday night football, I should say. The battle of 2 of the Florida teams. The Dolphins in Jacksonville in front of a scattered crowd, but they allow fans there. Miami wins it 31-13. Ryan Fitzpatrick, it was billed as the beard versus the mustache. Fitzpatrick versus Minshew. And the elder statesman, the beard, came through. At one point, he had 11 straight completions. Dolphins win it 31-13. Fitzpatrick, 18 for 20. Not a lot of yards. 160 yards, more of a game manager, so to speak. No turnovers, 2 touchdowns, quarterback rating of 133. Minshew, 30 for 42, 1 pick, 0 touchdowns. Dolphins looked, you know what's weird? I'm watching the game, and he didn't have that many yards, but he definitely was effective. Gaskin, the running back for Miami. Yeah, he played at Washington, 7th round pick.
Yeah. And
I guess Dwayne Washington, you could say, when he was here, I think he's still in the league, actually, was somebody the Lions picked either late, either 6th or 7th round. I'm sitting there, why can't the Lions find those guys, you know, in the 7th round? This is even before Quinn, too. They've never had their 6th or 7th round guy that became really good. I don't know how good a player Gas is going to be at this level, but he looked pretty good last night, pretty shifty.
What about James Robinson?
Yeah.
Undrafted. Playing so well, you trade Leonard Fournette. Now, I know Leonard Fournette was on the outs anyways there, but this guy's undrafted. Scored 2 touchdowns last night for the Jags, and I don't have the exact yardage. It was over 100 all purpose.
Lions very rarely, no matter who
They've never got it.
I know. It's nuts. And, you know,
you can hear the disgust in your voice.
No, I mean, that's the problem is you know, you would expect, and I say this cautiously, to hit on your, you know, number 1 or number 2 pick, but at some point you want to be able to you know, you're not always going to get that 6th or 7th round pick that you know contributes, let alone becomes a star. But you would think at some point you would have a 6th or a 7th. Now we got a 4th, not for the Lions, but stay tuned because on Inside the Trenches today, I got a 4th round pick that I'm going to talk to you about that's having a big time impact.
James Robinson in 11 carries, 46 yards. You see 46 yards. That's over 4 yards a carry, 2 touchdowns. That's what you want. 4 yards a carry is basically the barometer. So the Jags go to 1-2, the Dolphins go to 1-2, and those are 2 teams that everybody think, they might have a high draft pick. The Jags still might. Miami will too, but you know what? Miami doesn't need a quarterback, though. They're out of the Lawrence Derby. They had Tua just sitting on the sidelines, just waiting. Fitzpatrick he's gonna mentor the guy, and then Fitzpatrick set a record yesterday. He's the first player in NFL history, I believe, or at least since 1950 I saw, to beat 6 different opponents. No, beat the same opponent with 6 different teams.
Yeah, because he's played for 8. I mean, he's had opportunity.
Yeah.
You know
That's
what?
amazing.
Stoney, I talked to you before the show, and I came swooping in here with somewhat of a hot take.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but the stats don't lie. Matthew Stafford's just not that much better than Ryan Fitzpatrick, okay? He's really not. Completion percentage, Fitzpatrick, 60.5. Stafford, 62.5. TDs, Fitzpatrick, 212. Stafford, 259. How about this one? QB rating. Fitzpatrick, 81.5. I'm surprised it's above 80. Stafford, 89.3. Okay, it's better.
Yeah.
But it ain't that much better.
Well, the return of investment is
Right.
Yeah, and that's my
It's not
point.
$150 million.
right.
It's just really not that much better. And
Yeah.
Ryan Fitzpatrick, you could claim, has not been in nearly as good of a situation throughout his career as Stafford.
Right. He's never had Calvin Johnson.
We never had commitment.
Yeah, that's true too. I mean, and if Fitzpatrick, look, you can say Stafford basically the same as well, but Fitzpatrick basically historically will come in, will be really good for 2 or 3 games, and then he's done. You know, then he just completely goes in the old, you know what? Stafford, at least for the most part, he's up and down. I mean, he doesn't go through these horrible streaks most years. He did in 2018.
playoff wins for either.
Yeah, that's true. Anyway, just, you know,
Thanks, Jim.
Average quarterbacks. All right. On the show today, we mentioned our odds guru, Nick Costos, at 7:35. Our picks come at 6:35. Mike Valenti joins us at 9:02. But right now, news with Heather. What's happening?
Oh, Stoney, I have so many important stories to get to, including one that I'm actually going to tell you why the next time you go to maybe pick your nose in public or do anything inappropriate in public, you're going to want to think again, because it turns out you're on camera way more than you even know.
Yeah, it's not even on Twitch. 97.1 The Ticket.
97.1 The Ticket. Traffic.
From the WWJ AM 950 Traffic Center, this report brought to you by Flynn Heating and Cooling. In Genesee County, there's a closure this morning, 75 southbound at Dixie Highway. All lanes are blocked due to an accident. You can exit at Dixie Highway, take that to Grange Hall Road and re-enter the freeway. Elsewhere, the road's pretty quiet this morning. Coming up this weekend, road work is scheduled to block the two right lanes. I-94 westbound from 75 to the Lodge starting 9 tonight. I'm Michelle Penny with traffic.
Donald Trump says we're not safe in Biden's America, but we're living in Trump's America now. And 200,000 Americans have died from the virus that he lied about.
The simple truth is, Donald Trump failed to protect America. So now, he's trying to scare America. Mr. Trump, you want to talk about fear? You know, people are afraid they're going to get COVID. They're afraid they're going to get sick and die. And that is in no small part because of you.
Joe Biden will protect the American people, putting our safety above all else.
I want a safe America. Safe from COVID. Safe from crime and looting. Safe from racially motivated violence. And I promise you this, we will do better. There's not a single thing beyond our capacity when we decide to do it together. I'm Joe Biden, candidate for president, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Biden for president.
If your air conditioner sounds like your baby endlessly screaming in the middle of the night, don't hesitate. Call the experts at Flame. That's Flame Heating and Cooling. Go online now to flamefurnace.com or call 888-234-2340. That's 888-234-2340.
Someday, things will get back to normal. Until then, Flagstar Bank is doing everything we can to keep you connected to your money. You can access your checking account 24/7 through 56,000 fee-free ATMs, online and mobile, or you can transfer funds, pay bills, and deposit checks. And Flagstar branch drive-thrus are available with lobbies in the process of reopening. Flagstar Bank, the power of the human interest rate. Visit flagstar.com/checking. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Dick Scott's Freedom Power Sports, Michigan's first Indian dealer, is having our fall colored ride sales event through September 30th. Check out the legendary new Indian motorcycle with no payments until 2021 and up to 1,000 additional trade-in allowance and up to 2,000 customer cash on select models. 2019 FTR models starting at $99.99. Come see the entire Indian line of Dick Scott's Freedom Power Sports on Plymouth Road in Livonia. DickScottsPowersports.com. Prices plus tax, title, license, and dealer fees. All consumer offers included where applicable. Always wear a helmet, eye protection, protective clothing, and obey the speed limit. Never ride under the influence of drugs and alcohol.
Microban 24 protects against Staphylococcus aureus and Enterobacter aerogenes bacteria, but does not provide 24-hour protection against viruses. Every time you touch a surface, you leave behind bacteria. To keep surfaces sanitized all day, use Microban 24. Spray on hard surfaces to kill 99.9% of viruses and bacteria initially. Once dried, Microban 24 is effective for 24 hours on bacteria when used as directed. Microban 24 sanitizing spray, bath